January 1947. America was moving on after the war, trying to return to normal life. But that calm didn't last long. In Los Angeles, news broke of a murder so disturbing that as details slowly came out, a quiet fear began spreading across the country. This wasn't just another homicide. It was so horrifying that when some investigators first saw the crime scene, they hesitated to even take the case. Yes, this is the story of one of the most disturbing and infamous murders in American history, the Black Dahlia case. And from the very beginning, something about this crime didn't make sense. The discovery: in the Leimert Park neighborhood of Los Angeles, a woman was walking with her child when she noticed something white lying in a vacant lot. From a distance, it looked like a discarded mannequin. But as she got closer, she realized it wasn't plastic at all. It was the naked body of a young woman, placed unnaturally on the ground. When police arrived, they made a discovery that shocked even seasoned officers. The body had been cut cleanly in half at the waist. And that's when investigators noticed something deeply unsettling. There was almost no blood at the scene. A killer who understood the human body. The autopsy only deepened the horror. The cuts were precise, clean, and controlled, not the work of someone acting in rage. The corners of the victim's mouth had been slashed toward her ears, creating what appeared to be a permanent smile. The body had been washed and carefully positioned. This wasn't a messy crime. It was deliberate. And at that moment, investigators realized they weren't dealing with an ordinary killer. This was someone who understood human anatomy. Who was Elizabeth Short? The victim was identified as Elizabeth Short, just 22 years old. She had come to California with dreams of becoming an actress, chasing Hollywood success like so many young women of that era. Her life was unstable, no permanent home, no steady income. But she was known to be polite, quiet, and hopeful. However, once her name reached the press, her story began to change. Because the version of Elizabeth the media created didn't fully match what police records actually showed. The birth of the Black Dahlia. Newspapers gave Elizabeth a nickname that would follow her forever: the Black Dahlia. Sensational headlines painted her as a reckless, immoral woman, and rumors were published as facts. Each new article brought more attention, more speculation, and more pressure on the police to deliver answers quickly. But in the noise and chaos, something dangerous happened. The investigation itself began slipping out of control. Letters from the killer. Then the case took an even darker turn. Newspapers received letters from someone claiming to be the killer. One package included Elizabeth Short's personal belongings, carefully cleaned and arranged. The sender referred to himself as the Black Dahlia Avenger. At that point, it became clear the killer wasn't hiding. He was watching, and he was enjoying the attention. Too many suspects. No truth. Police interviewed more than 150 suspects: doctors, surgeons, aspiring actors, wealthy men. Some even confessed, only for their stories to collapse under scrutiny. Every promising lead eventually went nowhere. And the more suspects investigators uncovered, the further the truth seemed to drift away. Why the case fell apart. This was 1947. DNA testing didn't exist. Crime scene preservation was limited. The location where the murder actually happened was never found. Witnesses faded away, memories blurred, and evidence degraded with time. Slowly, the case stopped moving forward. Not because answers weren't wanted, but because they were becoming impossible to prove. An unfinished story. Decades later, the murder of Elizabeth Short remains officially unsolved. The Black Dahlia case is no longer just a cold case. It's a symbol of how truth can be buried under media pressure, flawed investigations, and time itself. And perhaps the most unsettling thought of all is this: the person responsible may never have been caught. Not because he was invisible, but because the system was never able to reach him.
The next part of this video is coming soon, and the next video will be on women's safety. All the points will be covered clearly in it. So please subscribe to the channel to watch the next video, and if you like the video, then please like, comment, and share. You will get it in the next video.